Hi everybody, so this is my persuasive speech. So how many of us like to go to the beach or just like sea creatures in general? I think most of us do love going to the beach, but the issue is that little by little we are hurting our oceans and the animals that call it its home. And that's sometimes we could stop and look and see that our beaches are dirty and they just look with so much trash. And that's because, according to the National Ocean Administration, last accessed on October 2020, billions of pounds of trash and other pollutants enter the ocean every year and they end up in our beaches. So today I would like to talk about the problem of ocean pollution and how it keeps growing. It's important because it just doesn't affect sea creatures but also affects humans being in general. So first we will explore the problem of ocean pollution. Second, we will explain some of the effects it has in life. And lastly, we will talk about some of the solutions about the problem. So let's explore the problem of ocean pollution. So according to Marine Pollution by Andy Gabriel on April 2019, there's trash and chemicals entering the ocean and 80% of it comes from land. So every year plastic objects like trash bags and straws end up in our get thrown on the ground and eventually end up in our beaches. And this has been a problem since 1950, but nothing has really changed because people don't think that it affects them, so they don't do anything to stop it. But according to The Ocean by Kathy Curran and Ricky Ranger on July 2020, plastics are flowing through the ocean. Fishing nets, plastic bags, and other plastic trash can take a very long time to break down. So we're so used to products being made of plastic that we don't even think when we use them of how harmful they could be or where they could end up. So once they end up in the ocean, they just get stuck there, and while they're there and trying to break down and everything, it hurts not only sea creatures but also eventually it starts hurting humans, and it's just like they're so harmful. And not only that, but it just makes our beaches look dirty and nasty, and people don't want to visit beaches if they look like that. So now that we explored the problem of ocean pollution, let's explain some of the effects it has. So one of the most common effects is on the sea creatures that live in it. So as said by Marine Pollution in the North Pacific Ocean by Tanya M. Brown, sea animals can get tangled in it or die from eating it. So animals can get tangled in plastic bags or on the 6-pack cans of soda, like the little things that they come in holding them, and they get stuck in there. They get eaten by bigger animals, or they just get stuck and they can get out and they can't go find food and they starve and die. And it's so sad to see. I've seen videos of like turtles with plastic straws stuck inside of them and trying to get it out, and they seem so much in pain. And it's like these are innocent animals that are getting hurt by products that we use in our everyday life, and we don't think about this, but it eventually hurts human beings as well. According to The Oceans of Trouble by Corinne Kowalski on October 2010, plastic sometimes dissolves into smaller pieces called microplastic that get eaten by animals and works its way up the food chain and eventually reaches what humans eat. So we don't think about where our food comes from or what our food actually eats when we're eating it. It's like we go to a market or to the restaurant and we assume that our food that we're going to get is fresh and healthy to eat, and that may not be the case. These animals could have been the animals that ate those microplastic pieces, and they just have so much toxic in them, and then when we eat them, now those toxins are inside our body and it's going to start affecting us. So we have to think about this, not just animals in the ocean, it affects us humans beings as well. So now that we explained some of the effects, let's talk about some of the solutions. So one simple way is to clean up after ourselves. As said on the Plastic Soup Analysis of Ocean Pollution by Michi Abigail in 2019, it says keep our waters clean. Don't toss anything into lakes, rivers, or storm sewers. most waterways eventually drain into the ocean. So sometimes we're walking down the street and we have a piece of trash. It could be anything. And it's just so simple for us to throw it on the ground. But eventually that is going to go into the sewers, and that is going to end up in our beaches and just harm everything and make it look dirty. So try to keep our trash with us. Try to find a trash can. If we can, just at least try to save it until we pass one by or until we get home so we could dispose of it correctly. You know, you could even start a beach cleanup. So there's so much trash that people go and don't pick it up after themselves. So you could start a beach cleanup with some of your friends, with your family. But to do that, you would need a permit. So you could visit the beaches.lacounty.gov and submit a permission so you could get it. And if not, if that's too much work and you just don't want to deal with the hassle of getting a permit, you could join one of the groups. So you could go to the website of Adopt a Beach, and they already have groups designed, so you could just join one and help them clean up the beaches. Another one is try not to use so much plastic. Use the reusable bags when you go to the store, or there's reusable straws. They have paper ones, metallic ones, just anything that you're comfortable using. You can start using that. I know it's hard to just get rid of all the plastic, so you could just start little by little, like not using plastic bags anymore. And also recycle. That's one great way to help. Like just recycle, separate your trash from your plastics. And if that's too much work, then you could just donate to a group. So you could go to the website Ocean Cleanup. That is a group just focus on ocean pollution. You could just donate anything so they could keep fighting this fight. So we explored the problem of ocean pollution. We explained some of the effects, and we talked about some of the solution. So just remember, everybody loves going to the beach. So let's just try to keep them clean and safe for everyone. And this just doesn't affect marine life. It also affects us as people. So let's just try to help this out by doing one simple thing and just clean up after ourselves. One piece of trash put in the trash can could go a long way. Thank you.